This is Johnny, the chubby, Caucasian, Christian, closeted conservative. Some might say I'm everything wrong with the world, but don't take their word for it. Make up your own mind. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Chubby Caucasian Christian Closeted Conservative. Today, we're going to be comparing and contrasting some military recruitment videos from the U.S. and from other countries in the world. All the videos that we're going to be referencing and talking about today can be found on my Facebook. Just go to Facebook, search the Chubby Caucasian Christian Closeted Conservative. You'll be able to find a video including the China, Russia, and USA Army recruitment video. And then this morning, right when this episode was published, this morning, I actually posted a link to the YouTube video of the U.S. Army recruitment video, the same one that we're going to be watching and referencing in this episode. So if you'd like to watch the videos that we referenced before the episode or without our commentary, you're more than welcome to go to Facebook and find those two videos. But without further ado,
ladies and gentlemen, from all around the world, thank you for joining us. I would like to prepare you for a controversial conversation.
okay, I got my buddy Dan back here again. It's a pleasure to have you on, Dan. For those of you who missed my previous episode, Dan and I, pretty much lifelong friends. Wouldn't you say, Dan? Elementary, middle
definitely.
school.
Yep.
Dan
Running
went
into
to
brick walls.
a different high school than I did. We played football against the school, and one of the end zones was a brick wall.
Yep. I think you ran into that a couple times.
Yeah, several times.
Actually, a lot of times.
Yes.
A lot of times.
Yes. So I got my buddy Dan back here, and I know Dan. I know everybody's talking about this new recruitment video for the military, but for those of you who don't know, my buddy Dan has some military background, and he's been all over the different. Dan, how many different countries have you been to?
Oh man, I can't even count right now. I don't remember if I was sober for all of them.
A dozen? More than a dozen?
Probably a dozen.
A dozen?
Over a dozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Dan, do you think you could tell me a little bit about the recruitment video that got you so excited about joining the military?
The recruitment video that got me excited about joining the military was called 9/11, and then going to New York the following year and seeing a devastating hole, missing people posters a year later, and seeing what our country went through. That's my recruitment ad that got me interested in joining the military.
I didn't know you went to New York a year after it happened.
Yep.
What were you doing down there?
We would always go to New York for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's right. You have family up that way.
Yeah, my uncle worked across the street, and he didn't go into work that day because he had a dentist appointment, and he decided to skip work. And my mom was in the city. She was just in the upper part of the city.
Your mom was in the city on 9/11?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and
maybe we're not as close as I played it up.
No, I thought you knew all this. It's been a while.
Yeah,
years.
We were young when it happened.
Yeah. And my grandparents were flying back from Italy too.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know
and they were
that.
going through New York.
Of course they were.
Yeah.
So 9/11, and you saw all that happen, and you're like, what? I have to do something about this, or?
Oh yeah. You realize what we have in this country, all our freedoms, our abilities, our opportunities that we have in this country. A lot of people take it for granted. And if you ever read the book Starship Troopers, I truly believe that, you have to be willing to serve your country in order to truly understand what it means to vote for your country. And in the book, they say a citizen is only you only are granted citizenship to somebody who serves in a ability, and you're not paid well, and you're going to do duty. And in the book, it's military service. But if you're not capable of military service, they will find a job for you. But it's not glorified job. It's probably hard labor or something of that nature. And you're not paid well like all our wonderful congressmen are. So
Dan, I don't think I ever told you this story either, but I have a 3-year-old son. For people who are first time listeners, calls Dan uncle.
Yep.
And I
knew that
have
story.
and I have a liberal Larry relative who was talking to my son one time. I don't even know if he was listening or understood, could comprehend, but this liberal Larry individual was trying to talk to my son that he should never fire a gun, that he should never hold or shoot a gun or anything like that. And when my wife and I, when we left the party on the ride home, I looked at her and I said, why would this individual speak this over my son at 2 years old? I said, what if he wants to be a hero like his Uncle Dan? What if he wants to be a hero? What if he wants to save people, be a police officer or something? Is he allowed to handle a firearm then? I don't
wants
know.
to exercise his Second Amendment right.
That's true.
Have fun.
That's true. That's true.
Has he ever fired a weapon before? Your liberal Larry?
Probably nothing that could hurt anybody.
I got something scary that will scare people that he can fire. I'd have a lot of fun. Black, scary guns. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So Dan, I wanted to show you this this recruitment video. So yours was 9/11. And I just want to give you a taste for those of you who can't. It's audio, but you'll get the gist of the video through the audio. And I'll also post it on my Facebook and possibly have it down in the notes. Once again, everything, all the articles that I reference and everything, you can always find on my Facebook. Just go to Facebook, search the Chubby Caucasian Christian Closeted Conservative, and just look for my eagle there. Click right on. If it's an older episode, you're going to have to scroll down a while. You're going to have to scroll down a little bit to find that article. But, Dan, I'd like to play you this video and maybe get some of your comments along the way.
Of course. I love this video. It's my favorite. Have I told you that?
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense
So
system.
first off, Dan, the video that inspired you was not a cartoon, was it?
It wasn't a cartoon.
Okay.
I like this.
Begins in
Air defense
California.
artillery, though.
With a little girl
That's what she
raised
does. Air
by
defense
2
artillery.
moms.
Patriot missile defense. Oh, they are the true champions. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Although I had a fairly typical childhood, took ballet.
You know,
played
one of the
violin,
first times I saw
and
this,
also marched
I
in
I
college.
missed the part about her having 2 moms,
I've been defending
and I was like,
women
oh man, her
Because
dad
one
kind of
of
looks
them looks like a
weird.
When I was 16, one of my moms had an accident that left her paralyzed. Doctor said she
What was
might
the
never
accident
walk
that left her
again,
paralyzed?
but she tapped
I'm not going to say it. That's going to be too mean.
back on her
I'm
feet,
just happy it wasn't the pretty one.
eventually staying at the altar to marry my other mom. With such powerful role models,
I feel like they could
I finished high
do a
school
little bit
at the
more
top
with
of my class.
animation. The Army has a huge budget.
Now, Dan, this is my first issue I have with this video, is that obviously this child was not conceived by one of these women or both of these women.
What? Okay.
So, okay, well, possibly she could have been conceived by one of them. Okay,
Probably.
so we're talking about years later. I mean, this child in this video, I would say, is a teen. Her moms are finally getting married. They've decided to tie the knot down. Now, was she adopted? Did the government allow?
My question is, you finish at the top of your high school class and you enlist in the Army. Let's talk about those life choices. I guarantee neither of the moms were happy with that.
And then attended UC Davis, where I joined a sorority.
Okay.
with
Oh,
other
sorry, I forgot. She attended UC Davis. and
UC
went to
Davis?
sorority
approached
full of strong women.
like I'd been handed so much in life. A sorority girl stereotype. Sure. I
Is that
I thought she
straight?
wasn't
aspiring
How
women.
is she a stereotype if her moms were
I had
Moms-
lesbian?
achieved
Hey,
on my own.
Dan, thank you. Thank
All my
you.
sorority
And I
sisters
wish you would
had
embellish, like, talk more about that stereotype. Does that mean, is she straight? That was my first question.
adventures.
Who knows?
Challenge.
I need my own adventures, my own challenges.
An army recruiter
Climbing a rope.
Like one of her parents didn't have a job or something?
and maybe shatter some stereotypes.
I mean, there's starving children in Africa. Hold on, she said she was air defense artillery. You don't you don't just sit here. Well, hold on. Let me see what her insignia is here, because I am Corporal Emma. All right, go back in that video. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Go back to the last cartoon graphic, cartoon. So yeah, right there, right. All right, so she joined it. Pause right here, Corporal. All right, so if you don't understand military structure,
No, I don't.
where we put Corporal, I actually have to look it up. Corporal is like um, E4, if I'm not mistaken. Army Bubbas. If you're listening, you eat sand, whatever. Um, they are extremely low, right? There is no way that E4 Corporal. There is no way they are giving anything other than the weekly. Don't do this stupid stuff to your fellow privates in the army, right? So this whole little thing of her briefing people, she's a corporal in air defense artillery. Could you get a more deployable, seeing combat type person than a corporal in air defense artillery as your commercial? Just saying.
It's not the Uncle Sam or I Want
It
You.
is not Uncle Sam, I Want You. It is saying, if you want an easy job to get money for college, air defense artillery.
And you can send money home to your gay moms.
And you can send money home to your gay moms if you want. Although I guess they're doing pretty good. She was going to UC Davis. So, just saying. Like I said, I do not think they were too supportive of this decision for Corporal, whatever her name is, to...
How many people do you think were inspired by this video to join the military?
I think nobody was inspired by this video. I'll be honest with you. What is this saying to me? What do I get to do? Because she didn't even talk about what you're going to do in the military. She says, I wanted a challenge and a change in my life. So I decided to enlist in the Army. Okay, well, what do you do in the Army? How is it a change? Because there she just looked like she was taking her little sorority girl self and holding little briefings as a corporal.
Now, Dan, I don't know about how our current commander-in-chief feels or how you feel, but for any...
I think he doesn't feel anything.
Probably not. But for, I'm just going to make this rough comparison here. For a sports team, if there was a sports team that I was into, I would want the best players on that team. I would want them to do the best, right? Whether we're talking about Super Bowl, Stanley Cup, whatever you get in basketball, I would
want someone who could land on the beaches of Normandy. What you're saying.
Yes. So when I look at our military, Dan, I am only a chubby, Caucasian, Christian, closeted conservative. So that, if you're looking at me like that, then that's all you get. But for my military, for my country, I just wanted to be able to protect my family. And if any wars were to happen, maybe they could, try to. Basically, what I'm saying is, I think we should have people who can kick butt in our military, the best of the best. It doesn't matter race, gender, sexual orientation, whatever disorders you have. If you can kick butt and protect our country and go out and fight for our freedom and, maybe snipe a couple terrorists along the way, I want the best, Dan. I want the best.
Look, I agree with you. I don't care what your background is. I think the idea, in all seriousness, I think I understand. The idea is that you want diverse areas of thought. And if you have everyone from the same general area with the same kind of thinking, you don't get your diverse areas of thought.
But is that what the military wants? Do they want diversity? I thought everybody was in single file following orders.
You want different thought processes on how to handle situations, right? Wargaming is a thing. But the problem is you have think tanks for wargaming. When you're down in the trenches and when you're getting shot at, the only thing you want the person to be able to do that's next to you is to shoot back well. And I will say this: women are a lot better shots than men. Generally, I've seen women better shots than men. Just saying that. But if someone gets shot, you need them to also be able to carry that person out. So I don't agree with the gender specific physical fitness test because I think it's crap. I don't agree with, separating. If you want a strong military, like you said, I don't care your background,
Yeah.
because, why? What are they going to do? She
Yeah.
had 2 lesbian moms. Great.
Great.
What's that going to do? Is that going to help us defeat the Taliban? Probably not. I mean, maybe that gives her more incentive to want to kill the Taliban. I don't know.
Now, Dan, I am not too crazy here. Hopefully, we all can find common ground that if she is the best person for this job, that's the job she should have, no matter her skin color, whatever her parents did, whether she had parents or no parents. If this is her calling and she can do this and do it well, then
look, support anyone who wants to do that. I have no problem, right? I have seen, the sailors I've seen that are performing the best have come from all walks of life. I actually saw a lawyer that, did not grow up on the right side of Chicago, right? In the military. I have seen all sorts of types, right? And that's the thing that makes the military great, is we all come from different backgrounds. But what should inspire you to join the nation, to join our country's military, is not, well, I got tired as a sorority girl and I wanna do something different. No. What should inspire you to join the military is, I love my country, I want to defend my country, and I know there's threats out there that want to hurt me and my way of life. Maybe if they said, hey, there's some people that don't agree with my mom's way of life, I joined the military to show them, screw you.
Oh, you know what? That would be very inspiring.
That's inspiring to me.
That's
right?
inspiring to me.
I don't know. I don't like the fact that Taliban throw gays off buildings. I'm gonna go kick some Taliban butt.
That
cool.
Cool.
Go for
Here's
it.
a gun.
I'll be there.
I'll put the first bullet in the chamber for you.
Yeah, I'll be loading your magazine. Yeah. But that's why you want to join the military. This is not telling you why I want to join the military. And like I said, I saw this originally juxtaposed with a Russian military commercial. And
okay, now
they have a Chinese.
Okay, now I haven't seen the Russia one. Have you seen it?
Oh yes.
Should I pull it up, Dan? All right, so Dan and I, we just watched the China and Russia recruitment videos. They're going to be posted on Facebook as well. It's all one video. It includes all 3. I don't know what I was thinking, including the audio for the. It's not in English, so
nope. No, clearly
not. It's meant for these countries. But Dan, just my opinion, real quick, is the characters in the China and Russia recruitment video would kill our Peanuts character.
Yes. Our little cartoon air defense artillery corporal does not stand a chance. If you saw the Chinese, man, that thing was straight up.
That
hey,
thing.
We're Taiwan, come at me, bro. Look at us. You saw all the stuff in there. Like, they just showed, we had tons of stuff.
Yeah, and they showed their supreme leader and everything.
Oh, yes.
Now,
and then the Russian one.
Russia one. The one, Dan, you made a comment when we were watching the Russian one that I really liked. The Russian one showed a guy basically leaving his family, his life, but it almost showed me that is why he is fighting, while our Peanuts character fights for lesbianism.
No, she wanted a challenge, and not
a challenge. That's right.
Sorority,
that's right.
Basic, white girl, I guess. Is that a term they're using these days? I think that's the term.
Is that one thing that I did notice that I will say, the jacked Russian guy, he did climb a wall. He also did climb a wall. The United States cartoon character, that individual was able to climb a wall as well.
Well, I mean, but it was a cartoon climbing the wall. We didn't see the girl climbing the wall. I saw the Russian guy climb the wall.
I saw the Russian guy climb the wall.
I mean,
and Dan, I really didn't get a whole overview of the United States military like I did with Russia and China. Russia and China, I don't even know if that is a recruitment video. That's Russia was I think what the Russian one was saying though, you could clearly see you're going to go serve, for your friends, for your wife or for your girlfriend, everything like that, and then you're gonna go kill some black masked terrorist, right? They showed that where he's dead at the end.
China was just straight up, this is our military, come be cool part of this awesome power. They didn't show, like, they showed a I don't get the cartoon. I really don't
get the cartoon.
Are we hiring, like, graphic designers? Like, are we really, are we cutting the wrong people in the military? Maybe we need another infantry division or something like that. If people are like, yeah, let's make a cartoon.
And the worst,
get rid of some public
Dan,
affairs.
the worst part about that is the individual who I have two opinions about the individual who created this advertisement for the United States. First is I would like to know if they actually served or serve in the military. Secondly is I would be very interested to know how much they got paid for this advertisement, because I would be a little offended if someone sitting behind a desk who's not military, has never experienced any military, put this little advertisement together and then collected a bigger paycheck than you.
So I can tell you probably what this was. This was a bunch of, public affairs folks that the way the Army is structured, they have apparently a whole unit dedicated to public affairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just segment off the unit. So I guarantee you this was some public affairs kids, or I don't know if they're kids, some public affairs, like, you know what? We need to make everyone happy. They're paying attention to Twitterverse, and like, let's make this commercial because yes, this will be great. So I don't even think it was one person. They had to have a team of idiots.
They had a team.
That one.
Yeah.
Team of idiots. and what you call it? And they probably screened this and ran against, focus groups and like, do you like this commercial? And they got all the like.
And I'm telling you, all the Chinese did was take it to their supreme leader and was like, can we show this? And he's like, yes, you can.
No, you have to put me in the video.
Why no one die? Why no one die in this video?
I want more bombs. Like I said, I'm more motivated. Those Chinese and Russian recruitment videos are motivating.
They are motivating.
I wasn't motivated by a cartoon, like unless you're trying to like get them while they're young, the little kids. Like that's like subliminal messaging right there. I mean, well, that's a new level, but I like the Chinese one. That was cool.
Now, Dan, I have this idea that I think it happens a lot after a big election like we just had, like a big presidential election. I feel like companies and people use like the election kind of as a survey to see kind of where the country is leaning. And so obviously if you accept the results that the Associated Press gave about this previous presidential election, and you looked at those results and you looked at those statistics and stuff, as a nation, you could make the assumption that our nation is more leaning towards more a progressive, democratic, cancel culture, radical side. So would it make sense to have this advertisement if you are playing off of these statistics based off of what the Associated Press has said?
I mean, you could say probably they would do that. I mean, I feel like there's plenty of polls out there as well, because you don't know if the previous election was so much as support for one candidate as a referendum on another candidate. Like I know there's people like, I just don't like Trump, so they're going to vote literally for a paper bag if there was a paper bag against him. But I think also you have to also think like we've been in a constant state of war for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people are tired of it. How many movies do we have, Acts of Valor, all 0930 or 0530 or, all those war movies. Are we as a culture just kind of sick of war?
Yeah.
But you could then go back to the same culture. Are we sick of like that toxic masculinity? Like these are men that are fighting the country and going and serving and doing manly things. Because if you notice, I don't think they showed they showed a couple of females in the Chinese video. I don't think they were really distinguishable from the men though. Well, they looked. I mean, they're in their uniform. They look all the same, right? I'm not saying like all Chinese people look the same. I'm just saying.
One female I did see in the Russian video was not wearing much clothing.
Well, no, she
in the beginning.
Yeah, but that was supposed to be the family.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
It was straight up family, and it was, this is the manly profession, and I don't know. Like, are we trying not to have that? I don't know what the Army was thinking really with this. Because someone else, someone high up had to approve this commercial. So,
You believe someone high up in the military approved this commercial?
oh yeah, I've
Now,
seen some dumb things.
I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this on TV. Have you seen it on TV? I've just seen it just posted just about everywhere on the internet.
Yeah, but I don't watch too much TV, so I can't say
That's
whether
true.
I've seen it or not.
Yeah.
But I mean, you do make different commercials for different demographics. But like I said, what demographic are you trying to target there? Because let's be honest, I don't want a sorority girl who's just, oh, being a sorority girl is so tiring. I had to get my Starbucks and I had to wait in line for 5 minutes. Like, I don't want that in the Army. I want someone with probably a little bit of anger issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what demographics they're targeting. I don't know what they're doing. I feel like if you look at the way the U.S. was pre-World War One, we were very isolationist. I feel like we're going back to that, and I think that kind of is a combination of, the extended war in Afghanistan. People are tired of, and I think it's almost kind of like people are tired of U.S. acting militarily around the world, and so they're kind of pushing us back to more isolationist policies.
Yeah, but we have to realize that the rest of the world is not going to just let us isolate.
No, they won't. Well, I mean, China, they'll be happy for us to isolate. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
They'd be happy if we stayed here, but we should not isolate. Like, if you want to see, like Russia wants us to isolate. They want to take their little piece of the world. China wants us to isolate. Everyone would be happy if we isolated, and we're kind of going to that, but we should not.
Does the reunification of Taiwan start World War III?
Honest opinion?
Yeah.
China invades Taiwan, we're not going to do anything.
If Trump was president and China tries its unification with Taiwan, do you think that starts World War III?
I still say we would not do anything. It makes if you think about it, right, with what the Chinese have, with their capabilities, with their building the islands in the South China Sea, is it worth, as a country, going to war over a small island that no one else in the world recognizes as a country, or maybe very few recognize? No one is going to do it. China has been making great relationships with other countries.
I hear they're working with the Taliban too. Is that correct?
Look up. It's called One Belt, One Road, or something like that initiative. Their Belt and Road Initiative, the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. They are working with a lot of countries. They are trying to fill in and be, hey, we are the preeminent superpower in the world. You want to be with us. If you comes down to it, is it worth the loss of American lives for a country that, or for an island, like I said, it's a country but no one in the world recognizes?
Yeah.
Russia's not going to come to their defense. Europe probably doesn't want to either. Is it worth a global war, and is it worth your citizens' lives for that country? I think the answer would come out to be no. And it's the way the future of warfare is going to develop. Cyber warfare is going to be a big thing. We're probably in a cyber war right now. Okay.
So I listen to this radio talk show host, and he always makes this argument that I have a lot of trouble deciding what side I'm on. He always says that the next wars should be fought by pushing buttons in Tampa Bay and not sending our children overseas to go door to door. And logically, that makes sense to me. But then when you start talking about possible innocent civilians who might get caught in bombs and stuff, which, I mean, it's going to happen. This talk show host I listen to basically says that we should just nuke an area instead of going in there and fighting door to door.
I mean, you're not going to want to nuke. Like, we're in the age of mutually assured destruction. If we use nuclear weapons, I mean, that's almost the end of life on this planet as we know it. So, like I said, I think the warfare is going to be in cyberspace. It's probably already raging in cyberspace that we don't know about. Should we, if you're saying just pushing buttons, that was the prevailing thought in Vietnam, was we can win the war from the air. We don't have to put troops on the ground. And it was pretty much a disaster with the way the Air Force just tried to say we can win this war by just bombing them into submission. You can't bomb a country into submission. You know, you can destroy
Dan,
it.
when is the military going to put out a video trying to encourage people with cybersecurity, or hey, we'll send you to school to learn computers, or we need the nerd in his mother's basement to come and hack for us?
Man, I think they should. You know,
Would that have been better than this?
Yeah, you want to make a cartoon. The problem is that those people make way more money than you could in the military.
That's true.
You know, you make way more money outside the military with this cybersecurity background than you do inside the military. You can't retain that.
Yeah.
But that would be a cool commercial. You know, I would guarantee you get a bunch of people that if you said, "Hey, come join the U.S. Army, cyber group or whatever," right? You could go hack into Russia. I bet you have a bunch of people like, I get a hack into Russia?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. You know? Give me that monster and I'll hack right on in.
Yeah, the monster, and I can pirate any content that I want.
What do I get? Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm so glad we got Corporal what's her face?
Emma
from
California.
California with 2 lesbian moms. And I'm sure she's a great corporal in the Air Defense Artillery. Wonderful. I would also like, that farmer bub Joe who's been working on the farm for, since he was 2 years old and can lift a dang horse or a mule or something like that. And I also want that nerd that can, in that mom's basement who can just go in and, break into some other country and, disable their stuff. That's what I want in my military.
Yeah.
I don't mind Corporal Emma though.
I don't. My biggest thing is, can she get the job done? I honestly could care less about, well, maybe a little bit about where she went to school. I know sororities look good on resumes, but honestly, prior to that, whether you had moms or dads or were an orphan, grew up on the streets, whatever, as long as you can get the job done and save lives and kick butt.
I'm sure she's great in Air Defense Artillery. I still want to know what her moms think. Because I still don't think that was their first choice.
You're doing what?
What?
Yeah. we didn't hear you right. So.
No. You're mistaken. You're not joining the Army. I don't know if I told you this. I actually was thinking about joining the Marines, right?
Okay. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I was friends with our Marine recruiter in high school, which, the Marine recruiter is always the friendliest guy in the high school.
Yeah.
But my dad, he told me, he looked at me. We were having dinner out. I can't remember, one of the little restaurants out in town. And I remember he looked at me one day and goes, "If you decide to enlist, I will go, I will buy a gun, and I will shoot you." So you cannot enlist in the Marine Corps. That was his reaction to me.
Yeah.
What are the mom's reactions to their daughter saying, "Yep, screw UC Davis and I'm just going to take a wild guess of her major in UC Davis, probably feminist studies." Just assuming. Maybe she realized she's not going to get a paycheck with that.
Yeah.
But what was their reaction? I think we should hear from the moms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are real heroes.
All right, everybody. Well, you've been listening to my best friend, Dan, whose recruitment video happened on 9/11/2001. And you said, I have to get involved in this. Dan, it's been great having you on again. I love you, brother. Again, say hello to your mom for me.
Of course, man.
Give your wife a little smooch. Tell her it's from me.
Oh, yeah, that'll go well.
And I love you, and I hope you would like to come on here and do this with me more. It's I feel like our conversations that we've had during this have been more interesting than anything I've talked about previously.
No, I like listening to you, but we talk all the time, so it's a little different, I guess.
Yeah.
That's going to wrap us up for today. Thank you, Dan, for joining me again and helping me out with my show. Hope to have you on many more times. Please remember to rate, like, comment, and subscribe. I am on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your podcasts. Just search the Chubby Caucasian Christian Closeted Conservative and look for my eagle. I actually had a family member paint that eagle, and I loved it so much that she gave me the original. We were actually just doing some Christmas shopping, and we're getting a couple of her prints on hoodies and travel mugs. She's very talented, very patriotic, a lot of beautiful work. She has a Redbubble account. You just go to Redbubble, search Robin N. Brown. That's Robin as the bird, the letter N, and the color brown. You can also find a link to her site in my description. I'm also looking to start a conversation, a dialogue with my audience. So please reach out to me. You can go to my Anchor account. Those of you who don't want to type, you can go to my Anchor account and you can leave a voicemail up to a minute long. If you have multiple things to say over a minute, please leave multiple messages. I'm going to have Dan back on here again. If you have any questions for him, please leave a message and we'll have him answer those next time he's on. And we will see you later.